Welcome back to Texas Eats. Now we're here in my backyard. As you can see behind me, I got my smoker going, and we're gonna be making Shiner beer bread 2 ways, in the smoker. It's gonna be delicious, sweet, savory, and it's super easy to make. First thing to make the beer bread is you wanna have some all-purpose flour. Shake it off, you're gonna get 3 cups, and the trick is you wanna sift it. If you don't sift it, you're gonna make more of a biscuit. It's gonna be a thicker bread. This is gonna help lighten it up, put some air in there, and make it nice and fluffy on the inside. Now this is an old recipe that I've used for a long time, my grandmother's used for a long time. It's super simple. Now, she didn't use Shiner, but I tell you what, it makes a really good bread. All right, so after you have your 3 cups of sifted flour, get a 1/4 cup of sugar. This is just white, regular, granulated sugar. 3 teaspoons of baking powder. This is the stuff that's gonna make sure it's nice and fluffy. 1 teaspoon of iodized table salt, right? Make sure it's iodized, because that's just good for you. Put that right on top as well. These are all of the dry ingredients that you need for the bread. Really simple, right? Now all you gotta do, just mix it up really easily. You don't have to over mix. Now for the best part, you just added 1 can, 12 ounces of your favorite beer. Now using a dark beer is gonna give you a much more rich flavor in the bread. That's why we're using Shiner Bock. Just pour it right in. Good trick with this, something I've learned doing this for a long time, never whisk this process. You're gonna get it all stuck in the whisk. Just get a nice spatula and just kind of start working it. You don't want to mix it too much, you just want to incorporate everything together, and it's gonna make kind of a sticky, wet dough. This is exactly what you're looking for. Very sticky, wet, everything's incorporated together. You want to kind of smash it out, make sure there's no more dry spots in there. Once your mixture looks like this, everything's incorporated, you want to get half a stick of butter and just pour it right into the mixture. Now the other half, keep inside of here. And I'm using actually the top of a smoker to get everything going. You're outside, use the elements you got to make it work. Gently mix all that butter into this. Now what this is gonna do is make sure the inside is super soft and buttery. Get a non-stick loaf pan. You can also use a cast iron pan. Gives you a little bit different texture on the outside. And you're just gonna wanna kind of slide in your bread mixture. There you go, put your dough right in. Give it some character. You get the rest of the butter that's in your pan from that stick of butter and just pour it right on top. This is gonna give you a crunchy topping. Now, if you don't want crunchy, you want more of a regular bread topping, don't add the butter on top, just add it all into the mixture. But I like a little crunch on top. Once your mixture is ready to rock and roll, you can go to your smoker and do this. But that's the beauty of this recipe. You can do it on a grill, you can do it in an oven, and you can just put it right in. I got this right at 325. I'm gonna put it near the fire to get going. It's a little close. Close it off. At 325 degrees, it's probably gonna take about 40 minutes for this bread to bake, but what you're looking for is the crust on the outside. Once you have a nice hard crust on there, you're gonna wanna take it out and just kind of let it rest for a little bit, and it's ready to go. So it's been about 42 minutes. We're gonna check on the bread, see how it's doing. Oh yeah, look at that. You got a nice little character going on in the top there, but all on the outside, nice and dark brown. Good crunch on there as well. Man, this looks good. It smells fantastic. I am super excited. Now, while the bread is resting right out of the smoker, I actually smoked this ham as well. And what I have here is a mixture to go on top. It's like my own little glazed mixture. You got pineapple juice, brown sugar, cinnamon, cloves, and honey. And I'm gonna pour it right on top. Oh yeah, look at that. So this is cooled down a little bit, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get this, flip it right over. Look at that. Now because we put the butter on the inside as well as the top, it's gonna be super moist in there. Look at that. We're gonna cut some brie up. Now the brie is such a versatile cheese. It can go with so many different things, right? Go into this ham. Look at this thing, so tender. You got all that delicious glaze on the outside as well. Now this is the savory version. Like we said, 2 ways. That looks fantastic. Just get a strawberry, Really simple, on top of the brie. This right here, locally sourced honey. I use this on the ham, and I'm also gonna get some and put right on top of this right here. Look at that. Strawberries, honey, brie on a smoked Shiner beer bread. Delish. This is like the ultimate dessert. This is the savory bite, brie cheese, some of the glaze, the ham, and the bread. That's the bite. It's so good, you won't even believe that you made it. That is really, that's rocking. My goodness, the bread is so buttery. Now it's time for the sweet. This is gonna be your dessert, that honey on there, I know it's gonna rock. Wow. This bread is so versatile, whether it's sweet or savory, it's just delicious and everybody's gonna love it. And to get the recipe and all the ingredients you need to make it, just go to our website, ksat.com/TexasEats. And when you're enjoying Shiner this holiday season, remember, drive safe and drink responsibly. Cheers.